Good day. Well, my name is Scott Picken. I'm the CEO and founder of Wealth Migrate. We basically are a global real estate marketplace. We've got members in 94 countries and ultimately investors from around the world, from 29 different countries. We've facilitated over $1.34 billion worth of investment on 5 continents. And obviously, when you're doing that sort of level of transactions and when you're going cross-border, currency becomes really, really important. Currency fluctuation becomes very, very important. For the last 10 years, I've been following and working very closely with a guy called James Painter. His company is called Dynamic Outcomes. And what for me is really, really important is that he helps people understand why currencies change. So the analogy he uses, which I really like, is that it's like weather forecasting. I don't know tomorrow if it's going to be sunny or rainy, but if I go on my app and I look and something like AccuWeather tells me that it's going to be sunny, well, there's a far better chance of me knowing if it's going to be sunny than if I just use my gut feel. Well, it's the same for currency. And whether you're looking at dollar, euro, pound, rand, or any one of a number of currencies, they use the same forecasting methodology to be able to predict trends in terms of where it's going. So I'm not going to talk too much about what they do. I highly recommend that you go and check them out. Like I told you, I've been using them for more than 10 years. I actually wrote the book, Property Going Global, which was endorsed by Clem Sunter. And actually the second chapter of this book was written by James, which was all about currency. So if you want to know all about what they do, you can actually go to propertygoingglobal.com and you could get that information. And then ultimately, in terms of dynamic outcomes, you can get all their predictions. And I want to finish with one little true story which finished off. And it was actually in 2013. It was March 2013. I remember James standing in a room with me and my investors. We had over 200 investors in the room. And he said the rand was sitting at about 8 rand 80 to the dollar at the time. I think it was 8.88 that day exactly. And he said it's going to go above 10. And I said, with what probability? And he said more than 90% in the next 3 months. And it was really interesting. In less than 6 weeks, it went above 10 rand to the dollar. It's never recovered. And it's not only about it decreasing. He's equally, this year, even with all the troubles with Zuma and all the chaos with the finance minister, he said it's actually going to strengthen. And I thought he was smoking something, but it did. And that's why, in our business, it's all about partners. It's all about dealing with experts. It's about dealing with someone that I have followed for many, many years. I've done lots of webinars. Go and do a Google or YouTube search for Scott Picken and James Painter. You'll find tremendous amount of webinars. And then you can see that what he predicted actually became a reality. And that's why I really, really endorse him and really get our clients to look at what he's doing. We don't know about currency. I certainly don't know about currency predictions. And, when it comes to real estate, it has a material impact. So, I highly recommend going and checking out what James and the team are doing at Dynamic Outcomes. And enjoy it. Go check it out. At the end of the day, the more successful you are will be based on the information that you get. But you've got to be quality information. You just can't rely on the banks or a friend or gut feel. You need true systems to be successful. And these guys have some of the best systems I've found in the world. Enjoy. Cheers. Thanks.